Welcome back to the TruuuTalk podcast. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you're watching the show. Today we've got a very, very special guest. We've got the nature man from Vegan Ad here with us today.
Love.
Yes, my bro.
Yes, my brother. You're right.
Yeah, man.
Good.
I had to get you down there today, man.
I respect it still.
I had to get you down there.
I appreciate it.
It's bad how we even met or bumped into each other or came across each other or even made that connection.
Yeah.
You get me? But I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
I can tell the story myself, but I want you to tell it. That's why you're here today.
No problem.
So let's just start off with how you stumbled across. Just tell them a little bit about your business first, and a little bit about Nature Man and Vegan Ad.
Alright, so basically, I'll start as Vegan Ad. Basically, is the name of the company. I became a vegan in 2017, and then part of my diet, I started using herbs to make sure that I was getting the right minerals and also cleansing the body sometimes, from the food that I used to eat and was eating in the beginning stages of becoming a vegan. So, like the meats, dairies that I used to eat in the past, and then some of the foods that I was eating in the diet of being a vegan, which were like very high in starch, and yeah, just not really, the best of the best, like processed foods and things like that, basically.
So, what made you even want to be vegan? What was it that led you to even that? Because you know how we grew up eating. Yeah, what we grew up eating, fam. Bare greasy meats, bare like fried foods. You know what I'm saying? Bare starchy foods. Like that's just in our diet. That's normal. It's our culture. So, what made you? What made you not want to eat that kind of stuff no more? How did it?
If I'm to be honest, like when I was young, I used to always look at animals. I think, okay, well, like we eat certain animals, but other animals we don't eat.
Yeah.
But it wasn't till a point in time where actually was incarcerated, and in prison, basically, there's this like ideology that in the men's prisons you get the left leg, which is the one where the chicken basically shits down.
Okay. Yeah.
And in the women's prisons, they get the healthier side, which is the right leg, so to speak. So I started looking into all of that, like not really to do with which leg they shit down, or that just like
is that your real thing?
Do you know what? I still need to check that up, because when I decided to look into chickens in general, I just stumbled across a whole heap of different information that I felt was beneficial for me to start looking a bit deeper. So then I started looking into dairy, and it was those two things that basically made me start thinking about changing my whole diet. Well, the first thing was to do with the chickens, especially like in this country, because I've grown up in Barbados. My grandfather used to have chickens in a pen, and they looked after much better. They fed the corn diet. Not saying that's the best diet or whatever, but it's better than what basically the chickens of today in your so-called UK factories.
At least you know the chickens in Barbados were alive.
Do you know what I mean? It's true.
Chickens in this country, they didn't even live.
It's true.
Never had feathers, nothing.
Do you know what I mean? Diseases, cooped up, no daylight, nothing. And similar thing to the cows, the dairy. Loads of like drugs being pumped into the cow, antibiotics, because they're constantly inseminating the cows. And
that is for me. Yeah? Obviously, I'm not a vegan, but that's the first thing that I was able to do. Is cut out the dairy. Not to say cut out the dairy. I still eat cheese every now and then. You get me? It's my crutch. But my point is, I don't drink milk. I don't like yogurt. There's nothing to do with milk. I don't do it. You get me? And it's because of that. It was seeing all of the trauma that cows was going through. I'm not like a super like save the animals kind of person, but seeing it and understanding it, it was like knowing that if you still consume that, because you got to think of all the trauma that you're consuming when you drink that. And then I was seeing videos of them popping cysts that were full of pus, and then they're using it as, you know what I'm trying to say? So
4 million pus cells legally to each litre of milk.
Okay, so that's
the
low.
thing, yeah.
Repeat that again for them.
4
I think
million.
you might have missed that. You might have missed that. Let's slow it down for you, though, just in case that was too quick.
4 million pus cells legally to each litre of milk.
Wow.
So for me, it was a thing of, wow, these, because I was working on surgery in there. So everybody always scrams for the chicken on a Sunday, and I think and one other day during the week in the prison, especially if you're gymming and all them kind of things. And if you're on surgery, there might be a whole crate of milk left. So for me, I was like, okay, well, cool. I wanted to look into that, and these were the things that we're finding. But then I also came into being aware of the late Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, late great Dr. Sebi, big up his people, RFP.
You know what I mean?
You already know.
Still living, even though he's not here. That's how deep it is. But that was how I stumbled across, information to take me to the next level of becoming vegan, so to speak. And I don't even like the word vegan because I feel it's capitalized on. But that's the word we use. So
yeah, because obviously, even if you Google the word vegan, bro, they probably wouldn't look at you and think this is the how they would identify a vegan. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
But it's mad because even in our culture there is veganism.
Yeah.
In terms of like the Rasta culture.
I told that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So our people been on this thing for a long time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Okay. So you were saying you was incarcerated, didn't it? Obviously, we don't have to go too much into your business like that. You get me? But how long was you in jail for? What jail did you go to? What was it like in that jail?
So there was 2 occasions. The one I was talking about was the first one. I was there for 2 years. I went from I think I was in High Down for like a week on remand until I went to the Woolwich Crown Court. And then from there, put in Belmarsh. I went to ISIS for like maybe a month until I was brought back because of some confiscation or whatever. And then from there, I said to them I wanted to go to Brixton. So that's where I ended up basically for the majority of my sentence. And that's where I started as my sentence was going on.
Getting the information.
Yeah, retrieving the information that I was getting, doing the studying. That I was doing through various different ways that I won't go into, but it is what it is. I was making use of my time,
100%.
And then obviously, when I left there, it was like 2/16 July I left, 2/17, me and my partner said, cool, we'll give it a shot, we'll do vegetarian. I didn't want to do vegetarian because obviously the milk side of things and the cheese, but she had done vegetarian before, so we must have tried it. Didn't really go well just before the New Year's, but then we said no, we're going to do it again and we'll do it properly. So as of New Year's 2/17, we just went straight in, and obviously a lot of things came with it because my son didn't want to give him no vaccines, didn't want to feed him any meat or dairy, and since then just kept it going basically.
So now, how many children do you have? Just one?
So I have 2 with my current partner.
So so your kids don't eat meat at all?
No.
That's wicked.
No, they never have, and hopefully they never will.
And that's the beautiful thing, because like it starts from the womb. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
So if you can install these things in them from now, do you get what I mean? Because there's a lot of things. One thing I've heard that no one really talks about when it comes to like eating meat and those kind of things is the effect that it has on you mentally. Do you get me? Do you see, obviously knowing how we grew up, do you see a difference in how your kids behave, knowing that the diet that they consume, or do you feel like it hasn't made much of a difference?
I see that they have a respect for animals more, and they don't look at animals as food because it's not needed to. There has been times where maybe once in a blue moon I might actually have had something like fish, never really the what do you call it, red meat. I'll openly honestly say that I have, but it's not my everyday, and it's been once in a blue moon, and they'll look at it as like, what is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They will not touch that. You know, they will not touch that. They will stay away from it. But for me, I'm doing it so that, you know, I can better my health and everybody around me, and anybody that wants to, you know, gain the knowledge and learn about these things can take it and use it for them and their families. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
You know,
100%.
you know.
One thing I noticed, one thing I saw recently on the page is you with your family climbing trees and looking for certain
the mulberry
fruit.
tree that was
Yeah.
the mulberry tree.
Talk to me about a bit about that as
Right.
well.
So, like I said earlier, I went to prison twice. It was the first occasion that I, you know, started looking into it, and then when I came out, I became vegan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was going through a transition. Took a back step, went to prison again, and on this occasion, obviously, I got my category D, so that means that I was able to access open prison because you're trusted.
For those that are not aware of what open prison is, could you?
Yeah. So for those that have been well behaved within the prison system, I was a category C prisoner. So therefore, because I behaved in your last 24 months. At that time, because it's now in your last 3 years, you're able to have a categorization review. I had mine, and I got my category D status. When I got my category D status, I managed to get to a category D prison in Spring Hill, to be specific, on the same day as lockdown, when Boris Johnson said that 23rd of March 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. That basically was lockdown. So
lucky.
I was very fortunate.
Oof, you got lucky.
I was not, you know what I mean? And to be honest, because of my vegan diet, it was very complex for me in close conditions, because I was someone that was filling out a pen. Those who know me knows, you know, that I was very active because I had to use the complaint system to make sure that I was getting my diet, because, you know, I could have easily just said, you know, forget it, I'm not going to continue with it now because I'm in these conditions. But I said no. So when I got to close conditions, I was very, very fortunate, because like my son, you know, we go foraging or looking for wild fruits and food. On that occasion, when I was in open category D prison, I stumbled across loads of blackberry bushes, the mulberry tree. There was a walnut tree. I didn't get to see it because I think I'd just come as the season ended, or, you know, I left just before it was about to start again. But there was a stinging nettles. There were sloe berries there. Yeah, there was just a lot of like wildlife. You know,
So before you
wildlife
got there, was you aware of what all of these things were?
So blackberries, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Blackberries, yeah. But the mulberries, I think I've heard of them, but I didn't ever actually see them in front of me, like face to face. You know. But there was a lot of lads there that was just basically climbing in a tree one day. I said, "Oh, what are they grabbing?" He said, "Oh, mulberries." And I was like, "Okay." And to be fair, I didn't even try the mulberries because it was still fresh for me. It was kind of new. Like, I looked at this berry type thing. It looked like a wormish thing. It was new for me. You know, up until, you know, I went past all of that and was back in the community working. In fact, I was in Birmingham and I come across a mulberry tree, but I knew what it was because I'd seen it. You know, and then from there, I just went on hunt. Went online, started realizing there's a directory for mulberries all across the country. So, you know, through the grapevine, also heard people talking about specific ones in specific places. So I just went with my children. We found them. We found more. You know, and just that's what I enjoy doing with them now. Taking them out in nature.
I see it, and you can see that they love it as well.
You know,
but they was higher up in the tree than you. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and it builds confidence and character as well, because obviously, you know, heights.
And skill, it's a skill.
Yeah.
You see, if you was back in Barbados, bro, everyone would know how to climb a tree and go get the fruit up there. You come here, you get me. You know, when you go back over there, they tell you go climb the tree, you look at the tree like, Nanny, please, don't really do it. You get me? But yeah, no, it's important. It's skills that we don't even nurture anymore.
We're disconnected from nature, innit?
100%.
That's what that's all about for me. I like nature. I like to try and be as natural as possible, and that's what this whole Nature Man's all about. Do you know what I'm saying?
All right, cool. Now you segued perfectly. Yeah. So let's talk us through a bit more about the Nature Man, what the Nature Man does, what the Nature Man provides, and we've got some products here even with us today. So let's talk about some of the things that we've got out there.
So what I'm doing basically is I'm retrieving herbs from all around the world. Sometimes there's internal companies that can source certain things and get them for me. And sometimes I'm working with people in, for example, Jamaica, the Caribbean, even West Africa, Ghana, and many, well, South America soon as well, to retrieve all these products.
Yeah.
Obviously, having that influence from Dr. Sabi, I like to try and get the alkaline herbs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And organic, because for me, if I'm not getting organic, then it's just like basically consuming foods here that have been sprayed with pesticides and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I first started with the sea moss, and from the sea moss, I started getting other products like the nettle tea, the red clover. We've now adapted to getting even more products. So like mullein. Mullein is good for the lungs, by the way. The red clover is very good for like the blood.
What is the stuff that we've got here today?
So right now, right next to me, this one here is the red clover.
Okay.
Yeah. As you can see, obviously this is a slow growing family business. So I'm trying to do everything in house. I have thought about spending money to do certain things like labeling and whatnot, but this here is how we're starting to change our labeling now. So we have all the information in it. So red clover basically is a flower, and the benefits are, you know, it lowers cholesterol, it's good for prostate health, strengthens the bones, helps to get rid of fibroids and asthma and gout. You know, it's got the business address on there, how to use it, directions of use, all of that. Do you know what I mean?
What's this one there?
This one here is Jamaican guaco. Again, a lot of herbs basically are good for the blood. You know, they cleanse the blood from you know, free radicals and unwanted, you know, blockages, and you know, because we eat, as I said, a lot of starchy diets and stuff, but they also help with other different things. So this one here, for example, is an antibacterial. It also cleanses the womb.
Okay.
So it's very, very, very good for, you know, women in that respect.
I hope you lot are taking this in, you know.
Come on, man.
This is some life-saving herbs right here,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So take it in. We're trying to bring you guys nothing but valuable information.
Yeah, it's good for men as well. You know, it's good for the colds, coughs, flus, and a lot of them carry the same properties. You know, a lot of them carry the same properties. I've got a lot of things like, you know, Jamaican dog blood. That's another one that helps with those things. Guinea hen weed. This here is the batana oil. So Dr. Sabi spoke about batana oil a lot, and even his son talks about it, Victor Bowman. But this is batana oil, and basically it's known for reducing hair loss. So it acts as a reversible method for baldness. It's high in vitamins E.
Man, them, you know you want that, bro.
Anti-inflammatory. So all the people that are going and doing hair,
Turkey surgery, hairline surgery.
you know, if you want a natural method, this
that's your boy.
mixed with specific dietary choices,
Will make a difference.
it's possible. You know, I believe that nature holds the key to life.
100%.
I believe
Nature
that.
is life, isn't it?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe that we was put on this earth and given everything.
Yeah.
So therefore, if we don't know where to find it, somebody will.
100%.
You know, and that's
And
what,
luckily for us, we have the nature, man.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And as much as I'm learning, I'm trying to share.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
But yeah, man. I mean, it's
So
not
what do you
just.
do with this?
So this is not just for your hair.
Okay.
You can actually consume this,
Okay.
because if you think of it like this, you know, there's creams and stuff out there, but it will say keep away from the eyes, keep away
people
from.
in the mouth. It's digested. Cool.
Yes,
999.
yes. Well, this you can put on your skin. You can eat anything that goes on your skin or in your hair, your scalp goes direct to the blood. So this here you can eat. Yeah. Sometimes I put like a teaspoon in my tea. It's got like a coffee-like smell, but it's also used for. Take a look. It's also used for skin. You know?
Oh yeah, it does smell like coffee.
Yeah, it's also used for your skin. So if you have acne, eczema,
It was nice though.
psoriasis,
It's a bit like honey as well.
yeah, man. So it's also used for skin conditions as well. You know,
Okay.
it's all round use.
And obviously, last but is far from least, yeah, because we know that this is a superfood. I'm sure this is probably the thing that people know the most.
Yeah.
This is the thing that's probably the most common if we're talking about nature and natural remedies.
So the
But
sea
yeah, talk them
moss.
through this one.
So this is the sea moss. This one is the Jamaican sea moss. There's two types of sea moss that Dr. Sadie used to promote. One's Chondrus crispus and the other is Gracilaria. So, those are the sea mosses that I only consume and provide, for people who want to purchase it. But yeah, obviously, very good for the gut health, the heart health, the libido, and has the 92 minerals as we
all know about the 92 minerals, man.
So it's anti-inflammatory, helps protect the mucous membrane. It's a superfood, as we know. It gives the body life and energy and replenishes it. So yeah, we provide that too. There's so much that we provide. We get
this one is for me though. This one's my one.
That was special.
Yeah.
I brought that specially for you personally.
Someone just put it back here.
Come on, man. It's all love, man. Inviting me here today. You know what I mean? To come and do the podcast.
Nah, man.
And it's my first podcast.
Is it?
You know what I mean?
But you're a natural speaker though, my bro.
Thank you, bro.
I see it. It's just
appreciate
natural.
it,
You know what I'm saying?
It, man.
This is what we do.
It, man. Listen, my pastors allowed me to be able to communicate with people. You know what I mean?
And obviously we're gonna get onto that in a little while. You get me? Because obviously I want to get your opinion on why you think our young people are so attracted to crime.
Yeah.
Get me?
But not only crime. I used to be a point guard in my early days.
Basketball.
So I was the one that had to set up the play and whatnot. So it's always, you know what I mean? But 100%.
One step ahead.
100%. We'll get into that. 100%.
Yeah.
We'll get into that, man.
So where can they find it? Obviously, I'm gonna put it on the. You guys are gonna see it on the screen somewhere around here anyway.
Yeah.
But just for the sake of it being said, just for those who are listening and not watching.
Come on, man. Come on. It's all about the listening.
You feel me?
But yeah, no. So if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram as Natureman Health. Yeah. And if you want to purchase anything from me, there's a link in the bio. You can just click that. It's a Sum Up website that I'm currently using temporarily until we actually get our proper website up and running. Either just after September or in the new year. I plan for the new year for a proper website, but it's all legit, all kosher. You just click the link and you see a list of all of our products there.
I can vouch, man. I vouch. I bought the products myself. I've used the products myself.
Yeah, man.
Banging, man. And obviously, look at me. You already know that my thing's set different. So
Come on, man.
if you want to be a little bit more like me, you can holler at the nature man. You feel me? Keep it strong.
Yeah.
All right. So before we go on our break, because what we do, we're gonna go on a little break and then we'll come back and we'll discuss the topics and that.
Yeah.
Is there anything more you want to add? Or anything more you feel like you haven't said or you need to say before we go on our break?
No, let's go on a break.
Yeah.
Let's go on a break.
And then we'll come back and talk a bit, talk that road talk.
Yeah,
I'm saying?
100%, man.
Yeah?
100%.
All right, my people. So we'll be back shortly. For you guys, it's going to feel like a millisecond. But for us, it's going to be about 10 minutes.
Have you heard so much truth in words? All you gotta do is subscribe. A TruuuTalk podcast. Oh yeah. Truth you find. TruuuTalk will change your mind. Make sure you subscribe.
Well, welcome back. So we're going to discuss the topic now. Our topic is, why do you think our young people are so attracted to crime? When I say our young people, you know what I'm talking about. Mostly talking about. To be fair, I'm not even gonna categorize it to a particular demographic because I feel like young people in general are super attracted to crime, especially in this day and age. So let me just get your opinion on that, and then I'll share mine. So why do you think young people are so addicted to crime, or attracted to crime?
I would say, I personally think it's a number of things. What they see, hear, and a few things that could, be thought about is their current circumstances. So who they might choose to socialize with, and also how they feel about themselves. You know, because I think like growing up for me, I had goals, you know, aims, interests. You know, I loved sport. Used to play all sports, but specifically basketball and football. But basketball was my number one.
You said that you travelled to another country to play basketball, right?
Well, I went to my mum gave me the opportunity to go to a family member, my uncle's, in Canada, and I was there for 3 months during the summer holidays, see if I liked it, to stay there and chase the goals of trying to get a scholarship in basketball and possibly be trying to aim to like.
You get told enough to play ball though, cuz.
Huh?
You told enough to play ball though.
Listen, I was one of the smallest, but after every game, I was always given compliments. You know, and I was up against some those days there I was probably about 5 foot.
Yeah.
Up against some 6 footers, you know, sometimes even taller, but I would give a good game, and you know what I mean, it'd be recognised afterwards. But I decided to come back. I didn't really settle there, and this is another thing that I'm going to come on to. At the time, obviously, my family, my oldest cousin was like 10 years older than me. My uncle was working, he was working, and also, you know, my auntie, of Kola, was working as well. So I was pretty much by myself in the house the whole day. Had a good holiday, enjoyed it, but I was missing home. It was all new for me, and I chose to leave and come back. You know, that's when I found myself getting kicked out of college because I didn't find something that I didn't want to do anything else. I gave up on my goals. I would say low self-esteem sometimes can have an effect on somebody, you know, how you see yourself. And then again, you know, coming from a family that was a good family, looked after me, but was working, you know, having to make sure that keeping things afloat, paying the bills and providing for, you know, in my case, 3 children, gave me the opportunity when I came back to just, if I was going out, find friends, moving from maybe like one area to another area, seeing, well, from Greenwich to Charlton was a big difference for me. You know, I met a lot of people that were actually from like my background, so Ghana and Barbados, but I specifically met many Ghanaians who, you know, I was happy to meet because it was like I was getting to
culturally understand it.
Meet with my people from my background who I never knew, of the same age group, probably going through similar sort of stuff, coming from good families, but then, you know, we had too much time on our hands.
Yeah, there's a saying, and as much as I don't like saying it because it mentioned the devil, it's very true, isn't it? It's just like the devil makes work for idle thumbs, and it's like, what that means is, if you got nothing to do, the devil will give you something to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, you know, once I got kicked out of college, that's where everything basically, you know, began. From the smoking weed to them thinking, wait a minute, this actually is expensive, how am I going to fund that? And yeah, it's just a cycle that basically, you know, once you're in it, the deeper you delve, the harder it becomes to come out of it. You know, so started selling
weed. There's no ground zero.
Do you know what I mean? You know, so started selling weed, and then, you know, from there it was like, okay, well, I only want to get my license and a car, and then, you know, there's complications with it. You might lose money, this, that, just, you know, it's an ongoing cycle, and then you're playing catch up, and then, you know, you have a good time, you have a good, you know, a good run where you have some money in your pocket, but you don't really know what to do with it or how to budget properly, you know. But yeah, so I feel like, you know, the addiction to crime, some people I'll say are addicted, but some people it's just that, you know, they might have had opportunities, but they've let the opportunities pass them. Some people don't have opportunities. There's so many different things that, you know, have an impact or an influence on why people become addicted to crime or get involved or, you know, are involved in it.
Or might look so attractive.
But definitely your social circumstances, I feel that, you know, like they say, if you know 9 millionaires, you could possibly be the 10th.
Show me your friends, I'll show you who you are.
You see what I'm saying?
100%.
You know, and yeah, I think there's so many different social factors. You know, like, you know, what opportunities you have, you know, and are being created for people of, you know, your age group, you know. And many times you have people that are actually trying to give you good advice, but
100%.
you know, in my circumstances, I was like 17, going on 18, and so many times, like, you know, specific family members, even my grandfather, one day said to me, why are you always out? I said, oh, I'm with my friends. And he said, what friends? You ain't got no friends? And it bunged me, you know what I mean? And at this time, I probably had about 30, 40 people that I would say, yeah, they're my friends. But then later on, you know, you begin to realize, okay, well, in this lifestyle, not everybody's your friend.
Yeah, majority of people are not.
You know?
90% are not.
You know? So you have to then be able to deal with that mentally as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's an ongoing spiral, man. Some of us are able to make it out and use the transitional skills that we've learned to
that's important.
do
as well,
positive
man.
things.
Because some people don't really, because I always say this, yeah, it's like the skills you learn growing up how we grew up, you can't learn anywhere else. But the skills that you need in order to navigate through this society, you can learn anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're kind of, as much as we look at how we grew up or the environment we grew up in as a disadvantage, me and I kind of see it as an advantage.
Yeah.
Because we have access to information, we have access to a language, a lifestyle that you can't go to college.
Yeah.
Get me?
Yeah.
Like we have an array of experiences that you can't learn in a lecture or a seminar.
Yeah.
Get me? There's no class or course.
There's
that can teach
textbook learning and there's actually experience-based learning.
you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to share a little bit of what I think in terms of that topic. Innit? I think culturally, our people haven't developed a culture that's self-sufficient enough to steer our kids away from crime and things that look glamorous but are not. Because even from my own experience, I definitely came from a good family. I had my dad in my life. I didn't live with my pops, but he was definitely active in my life and worked. Even gave my money if I needed it, whatever. And my mum was there. You know what I'm saying? Good mum at home, all of them things.
Yeah.
But then it gets to a point where the things I need are bigger than what they can really give to me. You know what I'm saying? And as much as they are there for me, they can't provide me with opportunities that are going to actually change my living circumstances. Do you get me? So as much as the things I was doing, I knew it was wrong. I was kind of in a position where it gave me authority in my circumstance in my household because I was making money. You know what I'm trying to say? Even though I'm doing certain things that are wrong, because I'm making money and because I'm creating not even really opportunities, because it's not taking it money, but we've definitely got gas knowledge. We definitely can go shopping and get whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's still at some point it's creating opportunity that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why for me I was so attracted to the thought of crime.
And when you do come make you know a decent amount of money from these things, there is a buzz that comes with it as well.
100%.
Excitement. It's like, yeah, you feel proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe for all the wrong reasons, but you know, for that moment in time, like it's like, yeah, I'm good.
Exactly.
You know.
And I think what we need to realise that even as parents, because something that we was obviously discussing earlier, is about creating opportunities for the children.
Yeah.
And that's something that you've been able to do,
Yeah.
something that you
Yeah.
continuously do. And that's like your aim and goal, is to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, the children can benefit from it, can get into it, can learn from it, can
100%.
Learn a skill, can take on the business,
and then
can
go on to
continue.
using it for their children in
Exactly.
the future.
Exactly.
Creating a generational wealth,
Exactly.
mentally, physically, you know, financially, you know, and all the above.
So I feel like that's one of the main that's a real significant reason to why young people are so sucked in, because they don't have anything else to look at and say this is going to work.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Because I know for a fact if I had something that I could look at and say, boy, this is definitely going to work. My dad did it. I'm watching him doing it, it's working. Or this is going to work. My uncle's doing it. I'm watching him doing it, it's working.
And you know another thing as well, yeah, that you haven't said yet. I feel like with everybody out there, yeah, like their families or themselves certain point in time might go through things, and it's all about how you handle it, and that also can have an impact on, you know, your decision making and what you choose to do, because
100%.
it's a choice. Sometimes, you know, we might not feel like we have much of a choice, that I had to do this, and maybe so for some people, but it's very important to be able to deal with things, especially when it's sensitive things, or, you know, like maybe losing a family member, or you know, serious things,
serious emotional,
you know,
emotional things.
A lot of people have to comprehend and say, okay, look, this has happened, but I'm not gonna allow it for me to go down a dark road, or you know,
I feel like we don't have a system to deal with our emotions. Do you get me? As a people, we don't have a system to deal with our emotions. You know, like a lot of cultures, you know, like meditation and certain things, and just the way certain ways that families communicate in certain cultures is just normal. I think we just got to create traditions. I feel like it's important for us to create traditions. And that's again the generational wealth. We're talking about traditions are part of generational wealth. As you were saying, that generational wealth isn't just about money. It's about health. It's about mentality. It's about So I feel like we need to start creating traditions amongst ourselves that we know are going to have a beneficial, lasting effect on our kids.
And sometimes it's just a little thing that you can tweak or change. That could go a long way.
100%. And that's what we're in the processes of doing, man. We're trying to make a difference out here, man.
Change the narrative, man.
Exactly. And we gotta keep having conversations amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Communication is key, man.
Because I imagine, I watched a video today, and it was Roy Jones, and he was talking to another young boxer. Can't remember about his name, but the video was profound, man, and he was basically motivating him and just reminding him, bro, you were born for a purpose. As much as you feel, because the man was basically feeling defeated, and he was like, I didn't ask for this, bro. Like, I'm tired. Like, everything's on me. Like, who said that I wanted to do this, bro? I was kind of made to do this, and now this is my life, and now, like, I'm working harder than I can, and I'm trying more than I have. You get, I'm giving more than I got, and he just reminded him, bro, you're destined for greatness. You're built for this. You're born for this.
And the purpose thing is a very, very, very big one, because it's like everybody has a purpose, but understanding what your purpose is, or your role within your family or your friendship group, you know, in a positive manner, you know, if we could understand those things, then I feel like we would achieve much more.
100%.
Because then we're not trying to take on the roles of others, and as long as the others are living up to their expectations within their role, then all you got to do is your part. It's a team thing, you know.
Exactly.
It's a collective. It's like, well, you know what?
Everyone plays their role. Everything gets done.
Part. Yeah. And sometimes you know, not everybody can play their part, but then the support system in that,
Someone should be able to pick up the slack.
Yeah, someone that, you know, knows that if this happens, I need to step up, and I'll be able to handle it by doing such and such, and, you know, still carrying on, continuing with my role, my purpose, so that it doesn't cause a detriment to them, you know, in a sense where they're not able to continue and carry on. There's a lot of factors, man. There's a lot of factors.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of factors to this, but I think the key point, is self-esteem. Make sure that your young people feel important. Make sure that they know that they're loved. Make sure that they know there's importance to being a brother, there's importance to being a cousin, there's importance to being a nephew, a grandson, a son. There's importance in all of these titles and roles, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? We gotta just make sure that our young people are aware that they're important.
I can honestly say that, you know, when I got involved in that type of lifestyle, I definitely can look back and say I had low self-esteem,
100%.
especially giving up on my dreams. You know, nobody should give up on their dreams. You know, just because you have a dream doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen, but it could lead you on to, you know, other
Your
things.
purpose.
Yeah, your purpose. You know
Your
what I'm
dream
saying?
might not
Yeah,
come true,
You know.
but it will lead you to your purpose. And sometimes your purpose is bigger than your dream.
you know, instilling confidence in our youth is a very big deal. It's very important.
100%. My young people, we love you. You're important. We're here for you. You know what I'm saying?
100, man.
My bro, it's been amazing, man.
Yeah, man.
And I just want to thank you for coming down. Thank you for sharing this important message with us.
No, thank you. You know what I mean, for giving me the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I have
Come
to
on,
say it.
man.
You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on, man. And
You
as
know?
we grow and
Come on.
as we build and develop, and we're going to keep coming back, we're going to keep having this
100%, man.
conversation.
This won't be the first.
Nah,
and the
definitely
last.
won't be. It is the first. It's the first, but it definitely
Not the
will
first
not
and the
be the
last.
last. Do you get me?
Yeah, it's the first, but not the last.
You
There you go.
understand?
Yeah, correct to me still.
So
yeah.
guys,
Definitely not the
make
last.
sure you check out Nature Man. Make sure you check out Vegan Eye.
Yeah.
And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. And make
Yeah,
sure
man.
you leave your comments at the bottom.
Come on, man.
You get me? Get in. Tell us how you felt about the topics. Tell us how you feel about this, the herbal life, the vegan life. You know what I mean? Share the information if you've got more information for us.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna leave all of his information in the bio. Yeah, so make sure you check out what my brother's doing. Yeah, love my guys. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all been amazing. Peace.